Howdy, thank you for joining me again. Yeah, so we're on to part 7 of Rewind the ROUTEMASTER, yeah, or Rebuild the ROUTEMASTER, or Unbuild the ROUTEMASTER, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, basically I bought a ROUTEMASTer complete that somebody had put together, an old chap apparently, and sadly the old chap passed away. His widow didn't want it. She passed it on to somebody else, and somebody else passed it on to somebody else, and he put it on Facebook Marketplace. I spotted it and I thought, it's too cheap to be true. Anyway, as it happens, we was going out that way to go see some friends, and on the way there we stopped and had a look, and I just had to buy it. It has some problems, but I'm obviously over the moon with it. I certainly am. So, and we're going to be turning this into a open top ROUTEMASTer, and the one that we're going to be turning it into is this one here, and that is the East Yorkshire 812. So it's it was 812 in their fleet. They converted it, as far as I'm led to believe, into an open top ROUTEMASTer. It was on the streets in the old indigo blue and cream, but it was converted into open top by East Yorkshire Buses. And gratefully, East Yorkshire Buses are actually sponsoring the paint work for me. Yeah, they supplied the paint for me to do this bus. As was sorted out with the last stream, it isn't grammatically correct, isn't this one? And that's because let me go to I think it is. No, it isn't there. So never mind. It's see if I can get it a bit full screen. So if you look on the back, this bus has actually got railings on the back, and my bus, the one I'm be doing, will have the original back on it, back emergency door on it, back window. So that's the only thing that will be different on this bus as to the model bus. And I think you can see that on several other pictures that I have as well. So okay, so let me remove that, and then we'll come back into chat. So I've got a lot of chat. Goodness me, indeed. Right, okay, let's get through this chat before we carry on with this part 7 and see if we can get this roof off tonight, eh? And yeah, see what lies behind underneath the roof. So okay, first one in chat then. Gold goes to Horlix. Good evening, DS Models and Vintage. It'd be far too long since you did a stream. Smiley face. Looking forward to more unbuilding. Yes, absolutely. Far too long. Yeah, since about half an hour ago. So 3 streams today. Yeah, with this one. So, and it's Smiley Saturday after all. So Smiley Saturday. Okay, David Bassett said, good evening again, Sir Dave, sir, and another ding ding. There we go. Yeah, it's another bus. So, and Dave Bassett says, and hello again, Horlix. Horlix says, hey, David Bassett. And Horlix says, yeah, is that headlights or is it? Keeping your eyes open. Okay, so David Bassett says, yes, I'm looking forward to more unbuild of this rebuild project, Horlix. Yeah, we all are. It's going to be okay. So Horlix says, me too, smiley face. We're just going to wear Dave's bell out at this rate. Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to wear my voice out as well at this rate as well. So yes, indeed. And that's obviously a bell. So, and D Harris says, evening again, Sir Dave, and all in chat. Yeah, evening, D. Thanks for joining. David Bassett said, evening again, D Harris. And then we've got Peter Whitlock. Good evening, Dave. Hi, Peter Whitlock. Thanks for joining. Hope you're enjoying all the series that I'm putting up recently. And there's lots more to come. Yeah, lots more to come. So, David Bassett says, evening at Peter Whitlock. And Yorkshire Crafter says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jolie. And we've got, oh, goodness me, come on. We've got good evening, David and Horlix, says Peter Whitlock. So then we've got Lucas 1945. Hi, everybody. Hi, David Bassett. David Buckingham, sorry. I'm getting you mixed up now. So, hi, David. Thanks for joining us. And then we've got David Bassett saying, evening again at Yorkshire Crafter. And no doubt there'll be a few more in a second or two. Okay, let me change my camera in a minute. Goodness me, let me start that comment. Where are we? There we are. We started the comment. Okay, let me change my camera. Basically, yeah, what we're doing is taking this bus right down. I'm not going to unbuild it all right to the last nut and bolt or screw. I'm going to unbuild it to bits and pieces that I can manage easily. And unfortunately, with this model, it's got to be unbuilt right to the cab stage because the cab's got to come off, and the bottom body, but it's got to come off as well because it's got a snapped bonnet hinge. Yeah, so it's got to come off, and I keep finding things every day with it that's missing or wrong or broken or something, but I'm still not dismayed because obviously I've got all the bits to rebuild it and more besides. Yeah. So David Bassett says, evening David Buckingham, Lucas 1945, and Yorkshire Crafter says, evening David Bassett. Okay, let me start that comment. Let's come away from there then. So I am getting very weary today, as you can imagine, with all the other 3 streams that I've been doing. So cup of tea time. So, and yeah, we've got something to tell you a bit later on as well about streams. Primarily going on tomorrow night, well, it's all still here. Tomorrow night, we've got Geordie Dave going live in place of Mark's Modz. So Geordie Dave will be going live at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, that's Sunday night, on his channel, and he'll be doing On the Buses, and it'll be at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. So where Mark Modz was doing a live update, you'll find that Geordie Dave is doing now a live update at 6 o'clock tomorrow night on Geordie Dave's channel, and probably on the Northern Model Builders and probably on the several other channels as well. But yeah, primarily it will be Geordie Dave tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And he's doing a spot of On the Buses. And I thoroughly enjoyed his last one, and hopefully I'll thoroughly enjoy his next one too. So, okay. Lucas 1945 says, hi, David Bassett. David Bassett says, it really will be a not Oldham rebuild then, Dave. Yes, absolutely, it will be. So, Crafty Chris says, evening again. I'm here again. Hi, darling. Thank you very much for being there in the background for me. And Alex Demetrius says, hello, Dave, and many man of many talents. Looking forward to tonight's show. Thank you. Yeah, many talents. Yeah, over many years. I've done all sorts of things over the years. All sorts of jobs that I probably wished I had never done. Yeah, as, my surgeon certainly says I shouldn't have done that many years ago, but it's too late now. Right, David Bassett says, evening once more, Crafty Chris. And then, goodness me, where are we? We're there. So, Yorkshire Crafter says, hi, Crafty Chris. And then David Bassett says, good evening once more, Alex Demetrius. Yeah. So, all nice and chatty in the chat, so which is what we like. It's what we like, isn't it? Right, so let's change cameras and let's get on a bit, shall we, with this unbuilding. Rewind the ROUTEMASTER. Let's get the roof off. Let's get cracking. Let's get going. Yeah. So the sooner we get going, the sooner we can do something, can't we? So this is where we left off. Okay, if you remember. We got the roof exposed. Okay, so the inner roof. And we come to the stage of, I believe it was 104. So I'm just moving. So hopefully you can still hear me all right and see me all right. Well, you can't see me, but you can see the bus. So at stage 103, now these are the back frames. Now what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take any of the side frames off yet, because what I want to do is take this roof section off first, and there is a reason behind that, and that is because I'm going to try and undo all the electrics from the roof going down the back here, and I want the roof off to get all these electrics off, to get the roof panel off, and because the next stage after that will be taking the top deck off, and I want to take the top deck off as one piece only if I can. So I'm not going to go by these instructions in here. I'm going to actually find where these are screwed on all the way around the outside edge, okay, and find out what screws they are, and then make a note on my box, and then put it in my box. And as it happens, this is issue 103, and this is the issue that we actually put the roof on. So we'll be able to find out what the screws were we used to screw the roof on right the way around the top of the roof, that is. So as you can see from the instructions, I'm sorry they're upside down, but as you can see from the instructions, we did actually put the roof on in this issue 103. So because we're going backwards, we're actually taking the roof off. I need to know what screws they are in the top of the roof, and so I'm eagerly looking and thinking, what screws were they? Well, there's two lots of screws actually. There's JP screws that go into the plastic parts, and for the frame, what's the ones in the frame? They are TM screws. Yes, TM screws. So the JP screws for the side and TM screws for the top. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm just checking now. All these, yeah, TMs. So all TMs going down that way into the metal frame. All JPs going that way into the plastic. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll mark out two slots in my screw box, and we'll do all the JPs first, and then we'll do all the TMs second, and we'll take the roof off. Okay, and it won't matter so much about putting these separately because they'll all be one piece, as you know, but they are connected through there. So that's what we're going to have to do. So let me get the screw box, and we're going JP and TM. Is that correct? Okay. So let me find my pen. So have I got a JP? I don't think I have. So let's go JP there next to the EP. So JP, and then let's go TM there. Yeah, TM. And we're slowly running out of space on my box, so I may have to get another box, so, which is okay. So yeah, so we've made them adjustments to the box. So I'll put that down there, and then we'll start unscrewing with the JPs first, I think. Just checking my screwdriver. So I'll just have another slap of my tea, and yeah, if you saw the previous stream, I had the David Buckingham base out with my East Yorkshire ROUTEMASTER on, and I've actually changed now to the Lazy Susan that Werner Bear Wayne got me, which was lovely. Thank you very much. And we've got the padded pad that D Harris and Max Modz got me through Partworks upgrades, and we've got a hard solid board underneath that, so I can twizzle it round to where I want it to be. Okay, and it's sat on its wheels as well. Okay, so let's start unscrewing then. So I'm starting with the JPs first at the front end of the bus, and I'm going to take all them out and pop them in the JP hole in the box. So yeah, it's been an interesting day. Started off with my kit, plastic kit. I've got 4 of them plastic kits, and then plastic Bedford O-type kits. I was fortunate enough to have a couple of them bought for Christmas from my lovely wife, and I want to make a start on them at some point. But also I've got a couple of 1/24 scale Bedford coaches as well that I'd like to include in the build with them, and that'll be a diorama build. And I'm thinking about a Bedford Vauxhall garage, like a showroom garage or something, and then, you know, showing the coaches and the commercial vehicles and what have you that Bedford Vauxhall did way back in the 1940s. Yeah, thinking about that as a diorama, and I think it'd be rather nice. So what I'm going to do with it, I don't know at the moment. Where I'm going to put it, I don't know, but I'm hoping that it'll look rather nice when it's done. And there's no reason why it shouldn't really. It's just I think it'll probably go in a not a smallish cabinet, you know, definitely smaller than the one we've got the ROUTEMASTERs in. And it might be a good idea for one of the alcoves or something, or whatever, and to have some lights in it for the diorama. And I've already had an offer from Horlix there to make me a flashing light for the wrecker wagon, for the breakdown lorry, and which is rather good. Thank you very much, Horlix. And no doubt we could put some headlights in there as well, and some little things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be another cool build, a bit like the Lancaster one, a long-term project, if you like. And you know, they won't be quick like these are, really. But that's the idea of you know, having retirement hobbies, isn't it? It's something that you're really interested in. You can really get your teeth into, and you know, it's something that's a little bit different as well. So right, I'm just looking at this now, and I think that would actually pop out of there because that's broken. So I'll take that little screw out there. Don't know what that is at the moment. I'm going to keep that with that little bit of broken bracket. Okay, that's on the mirror in the corner there. Right, so if I'm right then, all I've got to do is take these others out. So I'm just going to check the instructions again, because we've got these ones in here. There's JP screws, do you think? Let's have a look. Let's take them out. No reason why there shouldn't be JP screws, is there? So let's have a look and see if they are. See if they'll go in there. I bet they will. I bet they are. Oh, I seem to think there was a lot of JP screws. Yeah, they're JP screws without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. So we might as well take them all out as well, because we've got to bring that off, I think. Oh, I don't know though. No, we don't need to, because it's only connected by the sides, isn't it? So it's a bit of a thing here, remembering where all the screws are, what you used, and how you put it together. Because it's a complete opposite of putting it together is undoing it. So I'm just going to check some more screw TMs. Yeah, so they're all TMs of them. And yeah, so they go in. Just check where I put my TMs. Yeah, that one. Okay. So right, let's go for the TMs then. Goodness me, and all these are loose. So no wonder it's not gone together properly. Can I get that screw out of there? I don't know. It's very loose, is that one? Let's get that one out as well. So these are the ones that screw the roof to the frame all the way around. So they screw the frame to the roof. Come on. I will come back to the chat in a bit. I just it's a bit awkward having the chat and then doing this. Obviously, as you know, the ROUTEMASTER is not the smallest of models to work on, nor the easiest. But no, we're getting there. So what I've noticed already is that all these screws, some of these on the front here, where am I on the front, so are very, very loose, as though they've not been put in very tightly at all. In fact, they haven't. And that's the whole thing with this build that I've noticed, is that the guy that built it can't have had much strength in his hands or his wrists or something to actually fasten these screws down properly. And so, you know, bless him, he's tried his hardest and got it together, but he's not been able to screw the parts really tightly together that have needed it, if you know what I mean. Just trying to unscrew these now all the way around. So I'll get to the back and then I'll come and do a bit of chat with you. Yeah. They're not coming out the hole, but they're just so loose. It's unbelievable. I can't get over it. You know, I remember when we did ours, we had to tighten these up so tight to get it to knit together. But that explains, in one sense, why this build hasn't gone together properly, because it's not actually tight. You know, it's not actually been screwed down tight, which explains a lot, really. So, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm glad about that, because we haven't rove all the screws in and what have you. But it's just made some of the panels not fit properly, if you know what I mean. So, and then it's obviously caused him issues further along the build. So now then, I think they have to come out of there. Let's take them out of there. So there's one. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the integrity of the upper deck as much as possible, and then I'll take the upper deck out as a whole, and then I can work on it at my leisure in my workspace then, and we can get cutting and grinding and what have you once we get the plastic bits out of it. They're different screws then. So let me come on to this corner. So do you remember what a job it was getting all these stanchions in on the seats, you know, poking through the windows and lining it all up properly and goodness knows what. Yeah, and now I'm just taking it all apart. So, and I think he actually got all the stanchions in. Goodness knows how he did. Looking at it, I don't know, we'll see when we get this off. Let me come back to chat for a minute. I'll have a drink, we'll have a talk, and then we'll carry on. I'm a bit wham. So, right, okay, where are we? Okay, I didn't start the comment, did I? Or did I? Yes, I did. Okay, Crafty Chris says, hello, David Bassett and Yorkshire Crafter. Alex Demetrius says, hello, David Bassett. I hope you're well. And then David Bassett says, you're going to need a bigger box with a nod from that great line of the iconic film Jaws. Yes, you're going to need a bigger boat. Yeah. So one of the first films I saw in the cinemas was Jaws, and I frightened me to death. It did. Yeah, I was only a kid at the time. So, I nearly got to the back row with the girl that I was with, but not quite. So David Bassett, I thank you, Alex. I am thank you, Alex. And then Alex says, hello, David Bassett. I hope you're well. I've done that once, haven't I? Yeah. Okay. So, and David Bassett says, you need to build a 1/12 scale East Yorkshire bus garage to house your ever-expanding fleet, Dave. No, I'd have nowhere to put that. Definitely not. So Peter Whitlock says, after seeing your unboxing show, I bought the breakdown truck, which I'll be building over the next few months. Oh, that's brill. That's brill, Peter. Yeah. It really is a lovely, lovely kit. From what I've seen of all 4 kits, they are brilliant. I can't wait to get started on them, but you know what it's like. I mean, if I start on that, then I'd have to put something else away, and you know, I'm going to try and get things sorted so that I don't have lots of bits all over the place, if you know what I mean. I've got loads of boxes, and I put all my kits and everything in boxes, and I have some big boxes, and this one at the moment's living generally behind me when I sit here on the top of the drawers here, and then the Agora ones, they have their own boxes, and so they're away in the boxes, and then the others that I have in my cabinet in the front room on display, like. So yeah, but yeah, I'm glad about that, Peter. Keep me informed on either here or the DS Models and Vintage Facebook group, or the Northern Model Builders Facebook group. Pop a few pictures on there. It'd be great to see. Yeah. So Horlix says, you're more than welcome. I'm looking forward to it. We always have fun on these little projects. We'll have a look perhaps next weekend, start the planning process. Yeah, thank you, Horlix. Yeah. See what we can do. I can tell you how many vehicles I'm going to have in it, and you know, maybe a little garage thing that there can be one in the showroom maybe, or something. I don't know. But that's, you know, we could have lights in the showroom, something like that. Horlick says, awesome, Peter Whitlock. I can get the mini kit built nicely, and I may do it too. Oh, brilliant, Horlicks. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. So David Bassett says, well done, Horlicks. So you certainly are the electronics wizard in this group. Yes, he is, definitely. And Peter Whitlock said, could the original builder have over-tightened the screws and stripped the threads? No, I thought that originally, Peter, but no. If I demonstrate perhaps on that one, no, he hasn't. No, because they do actually tighten down. Yeah, they do. They do actually tighten down. So no, he's not stripped the threads. I've tried that in a few places, and it's just that he's not actually screwed them in properly. So David Bassett said, I would love a large-scale model of a 1960s Forden short wheelbase 10-wheel sugar tanker of Tate & Lyle. It's the only one with the rounded cab. I remember them down a little depot in Mary Tavy. Yeah, sounds interesting. And I'm not sure if you could actually get a dinky one of them or not. So Peter Whitlock says that the MHA models are made by Bachmann, who are very well known in the model railway circles. Yes, they are. They are indeed. Yeah, I didn't know that actually, Peter, but yeah, that's brilliant to know. I think is Bachmann a German company or something? I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's immaterial in this day and age. Right, let's crack on a bit more then. So where did we get to? Did I get to loosen that? Yeah, I got to loosen that one, and see if we can loosen this one. Come on, get me a screwdriver on it. Yeah, and then there's a couple that I obviously tightened up as well. That's come out the socket, so I can pop that in my tub. Some of them are coming out with my screwdriver, but some aren't, and they're just sticking in the hole there. So here was one of them that I tightened, I think. Yeah, I can't get it out with my screwdriver. And my screwdriver can't be very well magnetized. Has that come undone? Yeah, I think it's come undone. Yeah. Next one. So I gather, you know, some of you guys might have taken your models down a little bit if you ended up with something broken on them or what have you, and you've had to replace them. But I can guarantee that you won't have taken them down as far as what I have. So far, I would have thought, I'm just going to do an experiment. So will it? I want it. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. It does, yes. Okay. Right. Okay, let's go to the back end then. So we've got a joint here at the back end, which we can undo. There we are. And get rid of that bit of tape. Don't know where that came from. And then we've got a joint here, which is behind the framework of the back end of the bus. And what am I going to do about that? Because it's behind two screws. So I'm going to move the camera around a bit and see if you're actually on stream there. I think you are, very nearly. I might be able to see what I'm doing. I'm a bit in the shadows, I'm afraid. So, right, what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm actually going to undo this bit of frame at the back here and see if I can manipulate this bit of wire so I don't have to cut it. Even though I don't need these lights, I think it would be nice if I could save the wire from being cut, and then hopefully the wire will come out for the upper deck lights, the upper deck roof lights. So it probably might do if I can manipulate it around the framework. So I may need to loosen it off somewhere else, maybe a bit further down. Yeah, it's all good practice. It's all good practice, is all this. And hopefully we can get it to the point where we can manipulate it to do it. I see. Right, we can just undo that one. I'm going to have to take the back frame off then. And that one. Okay. And then that one. And the next one. Oops. What's that that fell off? Oh. Nearly tripped over the dog's ball then. Oh, let's see. It's a little winding handle. It's just fell off. It's not broken. It's just fell off. It just fell out the aisle. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Never mind. So we'll undo that one to make it loose. We'll undo that one to make it loose. And then we'll see where we can go from there. Yeah. Hopefully it'll do it now. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, we've still got a little bit down there. So we can manipulate out that bit. And then we've just got to get it from behind the frame there. On that corner. Right. Okay. So remembering where every screw is, isn't it? And where every little bit is that's holding it together. And thinking, what can you undo and what can't you undo? Just take them screws up there. They're different screws, I believe. Let's put them separately. Okay, so we've got that bit out there. We've got that one. I can't move that any further. That's okay. It's just that framework there with the little joint on it. So what can we do? If I could get my screwdriver and just manipulate and pull it and see if I could get it one way or the other. Get it to one of them joints maybe. See how far we can go. Right, let's undo a bit more of the frame. I don't want to undo it all, but we'll undo some of it because it's all loose anyway. It's unbelievably loose. Unbelievably loose. One there. Left that screw in, but that's loose. Yeah. And there's the one there. Yeah, there's one there. That's loose. If I can get my screwdriver in it now. So, see if I can find my little screwdriver. Little prized screwdriver. Where's it gone? I wonder. Okay. It's in here somewhere. Come out wherever you are. There we are. Can we manipulate it a little bit? Moving around on the lazy Susan now. Yeah, maybe I take that screw out. Just got to manipulate that a little bit. Get that plug out. It's trapped. That's the problem. Yeah, it's trapped. Is there a... Oh, we can slide that off around this way. Nope, not really. And we just need a little bit, and then we can get it out. Let's try taking that off. I'm not real bothered if the back framework drops off, because I can soon put that on. But I want it to get it to the point where I can get this screw out. Is there any more? No, there's none in there. That one's loose as well. Yeah, that's all loose. That's loose. That's loose. Loosey, loosey. I don't know whether you can see me or not, guys, but I'm trying real hard to get you into this camera shot, but it's not working very good. Right, let's get that. Oh, there is a gap in the frame there. How far can we come down here with that? Will it go through that gap in the framework? Don't know, let's try it. Oh! Okay, loosen that off again. Prise that out. Come on. Come on out, plug. There we go. Persistence. There we go. That's got the plug out. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily put a couple of them screws back in there, just to hold that back together. Okay, and then I'll know where it goes then. Let's see if I can get the screw to go in the hole. Can I? Yeah. Sure I can. Yeah. I'll get in there. Yeah, I've got it now. So that's temporarily held the back end in. So we've got the lights off in one piece with the plugs on each end. That's rather good. Now then, can I get the roof off the back end here? Yeah, I think I possibly can. Look at that, yes. That's one roof. Let's see if we can get it off the front end. Look at that. There we go. So is there anything written in there? No, there's nothing written in there, but everything's there. All the light pods and everything else. And then I'll just put that down there for the time being because it's a bit wet. And then we'll have a look inside. Goodness me. Look at this. So, just get my camera sorted out. Come on, camera. Okay. Let's move it around that little tab and then go to the front. So the front of the bus we've got the schoolboy there sat on the front seat. He hasn't got a magazine or anything with him, but it does look as though it's been heavily glued in with some super glue. I don't know whether you can see or not. Let's move it around. Come on. I'm moving away from the camera, not near the camera. Come on. Get down there. I can't manipulate my camera anymore. So yeah, it's heavily glued, and this side of him, which you can't see, there's some super glue. But I'm hoping that it's not that too bad. But Emin said no, I don't mind if he wants to stay where he is. But I do want to repaint the seats because I want to try and make them leather. So what I might do is later on, when I take this top deck off, is I may well take him out and take the seat out rather, and then pop him in some hot water and see if we can get him to come loose. So look at all these. So we've got all these spars, so all these can come off. Let's see if I can get them off. That one's glued on, so that's going to have to be carefully taken off. That can come off, and that one can come off. Let's go along the bus. Move along the bus, please. Okay. And that one's off. That one's off. That one's off. And that one's on. So, and then that one's glued, obviously. So yeah, we've got 3 of them that are glued on. Put them in my dish for the time being. 3 of them that are glued on, so they're going to have to be clipped off as well. Because we don't want stanchions inside handrails. Okay. So what I've noticed then, guys, is that I am going to need some of the plastic inserts. If I move that to there, hopefully you can see what I'm looking at here. I'm going to need these plastic inserts that go around this back window. Okay, and I'm going to need them cutting out carefully for the front. And the reason why is because if we move along to the front here, and we move along to the first big window here, that back window on this side will go here, and it will go in place of this one. Oops, I've just pulled the handle off. Well, actually, I haven't pulled it off, it's dropped off. So, and that curved window will go here, and it'll be attached just up this side here. And then, so I'm going to need some of the interior material to bring it round there, and to rebuild it the same as this material here. All these lugs, of course, can be chopped off around the front here, and then obviously from this window bar onwards, let me just move the camera again. So from this window bar backwards, we aren't going to need any of these windows at all until we get to this curved bit of the back end, and we're just going to need this curved bit shaping in the proper shape as per the model, and then we can run it by the back end here, which is the outside of the outside frame. So we can run the curved bit of panel round there and then shape it round that corner, and similarly round that other corner like that. Okay, and we might have to move the mirror depending on how deep we could actually get the mirror further down. We could actually move the mirror a little bit further down. So that's the plan. I have noticed though that in here it's quite rough and ready. There's been a lot of glue spread around, and here's the odd screw, of course, and the lights are in there for the stairs. Okay, and what else have I noticed? I've noticed that everything else is in that should be in, and then nothing else appears to be broken. Some of these stanchions are glued in, and hopefully they'll nip off, and then some of these have got like little bits sticking up on them, which will hopefully be nipped off and just make like little hand rails that you can hold on to at the top of the seats. I'm going to paint the seats. The seats will all be painted in like a leatherette material paint, and then the floors are going to get painted as well. So, and the floors will be a different colour. So I may take out the seats individually and paint the bottoms of the seats, depending on whether I can get them out. If I'm gonna obviously take them out, there is possibility of a plastic problem of getting them back in. The backs of the seats, I'm not sure whether I should take these screws out and then glue them in and, you know, paint the backs of the seats with like a leatherette paint, a leather paint to simulate leather or what have you. But obviously this is going to be an open top bus, and right throughout the open top bus you don't want maquette seats, obviously, because if it's a wet day you'll get a wet bum, won't you? Right, so how long have we been going now? We've been going 3/4 of an hour. So I'm just going to look at the next couple of stages along and see if I could actually loosen this top deck and see what I need to do to loosen this top deck off. So we're on 103. Is this one now, is it? This one we've just done? 103, yeah. So we've got the big roof section there that was taken off. And I'm sort of thinking that if we could loosen everything off that needs to be loosened off on the top deck, it won't be such a long episode to do the next one we come along. So I'm going to have to have a look in the books carefully and find out what issues we need to go down to. So I'm going to move the camera so you've got a better view, guys. Lift it up. So last time I did that, it fell out of the cradle. Come on. So, right. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got issue 102, and that's just the side, is it not? Yeah, and that's the side where the electronics are. So we may have to, yes, we may have to take this issue off entirely. Remember this one back here, down here? If you can see that, yeah. And this issue 102. So we may have to take that one off because it's got all the electrics in here, guys. And obviously all the plugs are going to be in here. So I'm going to need to get some of these plugs to unplug some of these wires. And then hopefully I can take the top deck as a whole then. And then I can then, once I've done 1, 2, 3 screws back there, I think it is. Yeah. Once I've done these screws on the bottom here that screw the back end together, then I can take the whole top deck off, and then we can see about where we need to be cutting, and I can see then I can mark on there where I need to be cutting, and I'm going to be keeping the bottom of the windows, or just the very bottom of the windows. If you look down there, there is a line across, and I'm going to be cutting down that line. So, and then it only needs to be cut to there. Sorry, to the next one along, and then the back windows need to be cut out and then placed up to the front to make that curve, you see. Okay. Right, so we'll best look at this issue then. So this is issue 102, and what's 10? So I'll tell you what I might do, guys. I might bring up the chat and do this off camera, and then do another issue where we take the whole top deck off all at one go, and then that'll save you guys having to sit through all this, and you can actually see then some progress all in one go, because I've been on the go now, what, 3/4 of an hour. So yeah, I'm getting beyond myself. Actually, I'm getting really tired. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. I really do like it. Okay, let's have a look. So David Bassett says, Dave, Matchbox made a very small version of the Ford tanker. Yeah, they did, I think. And then Peter Whitlock says, I found out when my model arrived, and I read the blurb on the box. Yeah, okay, right. And David Bassett says, looking promising, Dave. Yeah, it is looking promising, actually. We're doing pretty well, aren't we? So, and Nigel Branthwaite says, hi, Dave, and all at live chat. Hi, Nigel. Thanks for joining us. And then David Bassett says, evening, Nigel. And Nigel says, hi, David Bassett, how are you? And then D. Harris says, evening, Nigel. And then David Bassett says, I'm good, thank you, Nigel. And David Bassett says, how are you, Nigel? Nigel says, hi, D, how are you? And D says, all good, Nigel, thanks. Nigel says, good, thanks, just been told by Agora that pack 3 is on its way. Wow, you will enjoy pack 3. It is, it's an enormous pack, is pack 3, and you do get a long way with it as well. You get the chassis sorted out. Well, I won't tell you too much, but yeah, and be careful of the engine. Yeah, get into that and watch my videos and everything, because goodness me, it does take a lot of doing, take plenty of time. So Nigel said, hi, Dave Bassett, good, thanks. And Danno's Universe says, hello, everyone. Hi, Danno. Thanks for joining. D. Harris says, do you not mean coming untogether nicely? Laughing out loud. Yes, coming untogether nicely. Absolutely. So, goodness me, where's it gone now? It keeps going silly devils, does my chat. So D. Harris says, evening, Danno's Universe. And then David Bassett said, evening, Danno's Universe. And I think that's caught up for now. Okay, yeah, so it's coming along nicely. If I was not into converting it much, I would leave it at that and leave it on top of that. But no, we're going to have it properly. We're going to have it done properly. So, and what I said is I will take that issue off down that side. I'll unpeg all the electronics and then make sure that it's just pretty much there's just a few screws to do on the outside and lift it off for the next issue along. So that'll be part 8, I think, and then we can really get to work on its problems down below with its carbon, all this front and everything, and goodness knows what. So, and you can truly see then once we get this top deck off what some of the problems are down here, what somebody's not done, like so, and then we can. I'm itching to get back to rebuilding it, but obviously we can't do that for a little while. So, right, so it's gone 10:30 now, and I've been going 40 minutes, so I'm really tired, and so I think I'm gonna come back onto camera and say our goodbyes. So settings, go on, let's go facing camera, come on. Okay, right, thank you very much. Okay, so as I said earlier, Geordie Dave tomorrow night at 6 o'clock is doing an on the buses So he's got a massive collection of model buses as Geordie Dave, and he's going to be doing a on the buses special, and he's going to be doing it like once a month. So where Max Modz was doing a Sunday night at 6 o'clock, Mark's given up his Sunday night at 6 o'clock, and Geordie Dave's going to actually do an update on his channel, on Geordie Dave's channel at 6 o'clock tomorrow night on his channel about on the buses. So watch out for that. It'd be worthwhile watching. The last one was really good. So Monday. Goodness me, Monday, what's happening Monday? Monday, it will be the Doll's House, the Disney Doll's House with Yorkshire Crafter and Crafty Chris. And then Tuesday, it will be Crafty Chris and Yorkshire Crafter and myself doing the Eddie Stobbard. And then Wednesday, I do believe it is the Arduino show, so with Max Modz and Horlix and jacklttv. Thursday will be the Craft and Quiz show with Yorkshire Crafter, Horlix and Crafty Chris on Thursday evening. And then Friday, I think it may be Horlix on Friday evening, but we'll see on that one. Saturday, it'll be me doing a weekly one on a Saturday evening. So I'll be normal time will be 8 o'clock on Saturday night. And then Sunday, it will be the Northern Model Builders. That's a week on Sunday. Okay. I think I've forgotten one. Is it Danno's Universe tomorrow night? Yeah, Danno's Universe tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on Danno's Universe channel for Build the Enterprise. Yeah, so I think that's got us all caught up to date now. So I am absolutely trashed today. I've done quite an awful lot. So Danno's Universe this evening, David Bassett and D Harris says good night, Dave, and see you next time for whatever you build shall be. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got some awesome things coming along shortly. So, and David Bassett said, great live stream, Dave. Good night, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe on your way out. Thank you very much for that, David. Yes, please, if you don't mind. And David Bassett said, good night to D Harris. And Nigel says, thank you, Dave, for the advice regarding the AV 590 engine. Yeah, take it very steady with the engine. The pipes are very, very fragile. And yeah, watch my stream, watch Weld of Wayne's stream and anybody else's stream that you can find on building the engine, because you are going to need lots and lots of patience and lots of time. Don't rush anything, just taking time nice and steady. So it's worse than what it appears, really. And yeah, so just take it nice and steady, have a nice steady hand, and make sure you've got no distractions and everything, and you'll be fine. Okay. So Peter Whitlock says, thanks, Dave, and good night to everyone. Okay, thank you for joining, Peter. And yeah, let us know how you're getting on with that Bedford. I'll be interested to know and see pictures and what have you. DRS says, good night, Dave Bassett, and all in chat. Yeah, and I'm going to say good night. So I'm going to just find my brand and end the show as nicely as we can. And in the normal way, and I'm going to say watch out for any more streams that I'm up to during the week. I'm trying to do probably 2 a day sometimes to try and catch up. I've got a lot of work to do on the blue ROUTEMASTER, the Southend Transport one, and that will be coming up shortly. So, and that's obviously for Agora models. So that'll be coming up shortly, and then there'll be another 2 issues of Bedfords to do. Bedford trucks, the M-HA kits, and then there'll be lots more issues to do on this ROUTEMASTER, lots more issues to do on the normal red ROUTEMASTER, and yeah, a few other bits and pieces as well that we'll chuck into the channel, yeah, to entertain you. So I'm going to say hearty good night. Thank you ever so much for joining me and commenting. Please leave me a nice good thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, press the subscribe button and press the big ding dong bell that goes with it as well. One of these. There you go. So and then you'll be notified of everything that I do in due course. Okay. So good night all. Take care and God bless and peace, everybody.